Die Aufgabe für Martin wird nicht leicht. Der Gegner ist die aktuelle Nummer 8 der Welt, ein dreimaliger Major Champion. 2007 gewann er das World Masters, 2012 die UK Open, 2015 den World Grand Prix. Aus Schottland, The Thorn, Robert Thornton. Es gilt auch heute die Distanz Best of 11 Legs. Man braucht also 6 Legs, um in die dritte Runde, um in das Achtelfinale einzuziehen. Und der Caller dieser ersten Partie ist The Puppy, George Noble.
Welcome to day 2 of the Happy Bet European Darts Trophy here in Mulheim. And the big boys are out to play here in Germany. Michael van Gerwen returning to the European Tour stage after injury last week. The defending champion of this tournament, Michael Smith, in action this afternoon, and of course recently crowned European Tour winner Mensur Suljovic also playing. But first up, we've got the last remaining German player, Martin Schindler, who won the European Tour match at the 5th time of asking yesterday. Well, next up on Schindler's list is Robert Thornton, the 11th seed in this tournament. With me, Chris Murphy, is Dan Dawson to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, good afternoon. 8 matches this afternoon, 8 matches this evening. That'll set up the final day of action here at the RWE Arena in Mulheim. We've got the last 16 tomorrow afternoon with the quarter-final, semi-final and the final all to come in the evening. 25 grand to the winner. And George has to turn his mic on.
Play Robert to throw first. Game on.
Well, we got there in the end, Noble.
What a start.
Well, you say today is the bit when the big boys
45.
join the tournament, but we possibly have the 2 shortest players in PDC darts on stage right now. They have an aggregate height that is probably less than Vincent Camphouse, who we will see this afternoon.
Yeah, what an entrance, by the way, by Martin Schindler. The wall.
80.
Yeah, it's a new nickname for him. And I know he's probably more brick-sized than an actual wall, but he's got a nickname, he's got a bit of an image,
100.
he's got a good walk-on now. All he needs is to progress with the whole throwing darts thing. And he's only 20 years old.
140.
Yeah, certainly an opportunity to build a great future, Martin Schindler. A few German players fell by the wayside yesterday, including the #1 Max Hopp.
134.
Fabulous trebling from Schindler there. Gian Arthur also out yesterday.
Yeah, he's the last German standing, is
43.
young Martin Schindler, the 20-year-old from Strasbourg, who's going to get 6 darts from 167 for a break of throw against the Grand Prix champion Robert Thornton.
28.
Messy stuff.
Almost a year has gone by since Robert Thornton won that World Grand Prix, and it's fair to say that he's not really been pulling a penny tree since then.
139.
No, he's had a bit of a mare, if we're honest. He's not made a single quarter-final this year, apart from the World Cup when he was playing with Gary Anderson, but hang about Martin Schindler. Martin Schindler, how about this, tops?
99.
Nearly a showstopper, but there's no guarantee
93.
Thornton takes this out.
We look at the bullseye. He does. 25. There's 68. That's 18 for the ball.
52.
Off target, so Schindler will return for tops.
40.
So, for a break of throw, and this capacity crowd here in Mulheim, there's no doubt about who they want to win this one. It's the 20-year-old from Strasbourg near Berlin. And he's got a break of throw in the opening
Second
leg.
leg, Martin to throw first. Game on.
Well, look, Martin Schindler took out Janos Vegshow in the opening round. He won that 6-3. Vegsho, the first Hungarian ever to qualify for the European Tour. And that was Schindler's first win on the European Tour.
140.
So a significant weekend for him already. Could it turn out to be a dream weekend to take out a reigning major champion and go into the final day of action on the European Tour? We saw Dragutin Horvat. You know, admittedly, a lot of the players here in Germany, they knew of him. He'd been winning Super League events.
140.
He actually could have given himself a chance of qualifying for the Worlds last year, but he couldn't play in the qualifying tournament in the end. But he made the quarterfinals last week in Riesa. Could Martin Schindler be about to
61
emulate that little run? It's very early days, very early days. And Robert Thornton has a healthy lead in this leg as he looks to break back.
131.
Yeah, well, on paper, it should be a complete mismatch, really. Just to put it into context, Robert Thornton is the world number 8 still, despite his seemingly poor run of form over the last 12 months since winning that World Grand Prix. Schindler, his official ranking at the minute is 145, and Thornton looks at 90. And he hits a treble 17.
54.
Misses a double, but he'll come back. Yeah, he's 145. He's made £7,000 in career earnings, when Robert Thornton is one of the players to top the £1 million mark. So,
yeah, I mean, look, Robert Thornton not only is the reigning Grand Prix champion,
36.
He's won 3 big titles.
He shows in the second leg,
18 for a
Robert
13 darter, and the Thorn bounces straight
third
back
leg,
to the break
Robert
of throw.
to throw first.
And he's not only won 3 big titles. Look who he's beaten. Won the World Masters, beating Daryl Fitton in the final. Won the UK Open, beating Phil Taylor and beating him up in the final.
60.
And then beat Michael van Gerwen in the final of the World Grand Prix. Now, when you look at the number of players who are yet to win a major title, it is an incredible achievement to win 3, let alone beating the calibre of players that he's done in the final.
yeah, certainly the PDC major is one. It's been the top player of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the more mysterious his run of form over the last 11 months or so, because this is a guy who's won a dozen PDC titles.
96.
But he has won on the European Tour before. In fact, it was his win in Dusseldorf
121
that kind of foreshadowed his victory at the Grand Prix. He was superb in Dusseldorf in the final session, beating James Wade with 111 average, Tim Ibrex with 105, 106 or so. He was untouchable.
It is a fantastic time of year to grab yourself that kind of confidence boost that he proved last year. We saw Menzo Suljovic perhaps do that last week. Someone could come win here, and then you've got a big run of big TV events right through until the World Championship now, including the new Champions League of Darts in a couple of weeks' time.
100.
Yeah, now is the time, isn't it, to hit form. And much more closely contested leg, this one. Thornton has to find the treble and somehow manages to do so. And he can't find his favourite double top. Schindler's got 108 for what would be a 3rd consecutive break of throw. Now, what's the route for the wall?
Looking at treble 20. And he may be staying there. Oh, that's unlucky. Just to the left, in the wrong bed. And Thornton will return for what used to be trusty tops.
50. We require 40.
3 darts in hand. He doesn't miss this much, but he's going to have to rely on double 10.
20.
Well.
Martin, you require 58.
Robert, he cries. And Schindler will go 18 for double top. Can he hit the target that Thornton has just missed? Ooh, what about the other one?
There it is. Third leg.
There it is. Martin Schindler back into the lead. And the Thorn is not going to have this all his own way.
4th leg, Martin to throw first.
Yeah, perfect 10 so far for Martin Schindler. That double has got him both legs. All breaks of throw so far in this match. And the German crowd are hoping
46.
for something of a scalp here from their last remaining hope in this tournament.
Yeah, winner of this one goes through to the last 16 tomorrow afternoon, the 3rd
26.
round, where it is either Dimitri Vandenberg, who was pretty impressive in seeing off Mervyn King yesterday, or the defending champion, Michael Smith. Not only
85.
the defending champion, but he's the man to have won this title for the last 2 years, Michael Smith. Won it in Leipzig a couple of years back, And he won it right here in Mulheim last year. On both occasions, he beat Michael van Gerwen in the final. And as Chris mentioned at the start of this afternoon, Michael van Gerwen is back on the European Tour after injury, ruled him out last week. He is the man to beat, make no mistake about that.
It will be interesting to see if he is fully recovered from that injury, an ankle injury.
77.
Can affect a darts player because you do put a lot of weight on certainly one foot.
Yeah, some put more weight on it than others.
I suppose it depends how heavy they are. But yeah, Schindler's
40.
This leg's been a little bit scrappy. No player has held throw yet.
58.
But Schindler's got a decent chance of doing that if he can just put a couple of decent visits together in this leg.
That's on 40. Would be handy. Needs to stay in the treble 20 to leave 170.
60.
Unable to find the treble, and both of these guys struggling in this leg. That's more like it. Much more like it, Roberts. Ooh.
125.
First chorus of Stand Up If You Love the Darts here at the RWA Arena this weekend as Schindler fires in a tough.
115.
Keeps him pretty much level with Thornton, but he has stolen the darts and he's going to get a dart. Tops, can he hit it this time? He can. 115 check out to a piece.
Robert Thornton. Fifth leg, Robert to
and another breaker throw. So over to the Thorn to see if he can hold.
Game on.
Will get his nose in front for the first time.
Well, if it carries on like this, Martin Schindler's on to a winner because he'll win it 6-5. But it's very unlikely that we'll see 11 consecutive breaks of throw. Has to be said.
But he's going the right way about it there. Second dart a little bit loose.
81.
Some big, big names on the way this afternoon. Robert Thornton, the first among them, obviously, in the opening game of the day. But 9-time major finalist Terry Jenkins takes on the Austrian Zoran Lerchbacher in the second game. Gerwin Price, 2-time winner on the PDC Pro Tour this year. He's got Jermaine Watermana.
135.
Mensur Suljovic, the man who won last time out, just last weekend, his first PDC title. Has got the gigantic Vincent Camphouse.
140.
James Wade withdrew last week with a virus. He's back to take on Justin Pipe. Alan Norris, Andy Jenkins, Michael Smith, the defending champion against Dimitri Vandenberg, we've already mentioned, and the Diamond Ian White
100.
takes on the Spartan Devon Peterson. That's your menu for this afternoon. And at 2 apiece in the opening match, a tightly contested
54.
one. Admittedly, not of the highest quality just yet. And we could be in for some drama here this afternoon in Mulheim.
Well, Thornton took out 115 to win the last leg.
45.
114
14
in front of him right now. Needs a treble. And he finds one, so double top again. For another combination check out. Wonderful finishing from Robert Thornton. The first holder throw in this match. And Robert Thornton edges ahead.
Yeah, 2-ton plus checkouts back-to-back, both finished on double top, and that is an ominous sign, not only for Martin Schindler, but the vast majority of this 2,300-strong crowd in Mulheim who are willing the little German to go and claim a second win on the Euro Tour and book his place in the final day of action. Effectively on 100 here.
Yet to see a maximum in the match. Robert Thornton at times can
81.
be a very competent 180 hitter.
Yeah, he had a tough Premier League this year. He just scraped through to avoid elimination on Judgment Night. But when he was in the Premier League previously, a couple of years before that, he was actually hitting 180s more regularly than anybody else in the field. All right, you know, he didn't go and make the playoffs.
41.
It's not all about 180s, but it does highlight how often he hits them.
Yeah, famously struck perfection a couple of years ago in the World Grand Prix as well, in a brilliant match with James Wade. He was on the wrong end of a defeat, but both players hit perfect legs in that tournament, which is a double start. So
59.
Incredible feat.
Absolutely mind-boggling. Now Schindler. Got plenty of time to see this off. Double top he wants.
34.
Top wire, but missing high is probably preferable to missing low, although he has hit double 10 for the 2 legs that he has won. Oh, that's a poor
45.
dart from Robert Thornton.
Martin, you require 40.
Oh yeah, Schindler, we're thinking that's nice and handy. Gives him a bit of breathing space for this double top. I'll tell you what, he's got a completely open bed still. All those darts really, really high above the double. Thornton's just taken out 2 combination finishes. He won't be getting a 3rd in a row.
No, well, Schindler will come back, and these 3 have to
Martin,
be
you require
heck of a lot
40.
closer to the double top than the last 3. For 3 apiece.
So he doesn't miss 10s.
No, he doesn't.
To the 6th leg, Martin Schindler.
Some sort of diminutive Teutonic James Wade.
Nice
96.
tactic, go low on the tops, pin the 10s. Because the visit before, he wasn't really threatening that double top bed. But 6 legs played and 6 legs shared.
100.
Well, on his European Tour debut a couple of years ago in Dusseldorf, Martin Schindler was drawn in the first round against Raymond van Barneveld. That was the first time we got to see
60.
him in action on a European Tour stage, and he did not disgrace himself by any stretch of the imagination. He won 3 legs against Barney in that game, and he pushed him in the early stages of it. Now, a couple of years of development, and he has been playing on the
100.
development tour. That's what it's all about. He made a quarter-final this year on the Dev Tour. Now, is he in a better position
100.
now to try and push one of the big beasts of world darts and maybe record what would be the biggest win of his career?
Well, he will with darts like this.
140.
But he's first to a finish on the Thornton throw.
Oh, it's good. Rescue the leg for Thornton. Rescue the leg. What a dart that is. First maximum of the afternoon here at the Happy Bet European Darts Trophy. Thornton down to 65. Schindler looking at a massive one. It is on. Treble 17. Needed the treble for a go at the bullseye.
97.
He's applied some pressure. 25 for tops for Thornton. That's that bit done. And he's hitting tops regularly now. It may well be that little bit of the board that proves the difference between success and failure for Robert Thornton, as it has done many, many times in the past.
60.
Yeah, his double top hitting in that World Grand Prix win last year was just fantastic. I mean, starting and finishing many legs on double top.
Yeah, particularly in the back end of that final with Van Gerwen, he had a run of legs where he was getting off first, second, third dart. He wasn't giving up a visit. And the number of legs he went straight in on double top first dart, it was absolutely phenomenal.
100.
Still the job not done yet, and Schindler remaining very, very competitive. Just checking his score. Can he fit another one? He thinks he can. He's stepping over.
Oh,
135.
moved to the right, somehow managed to find it on the left-hand side of those 3. I didn't think he'd be able to do that.
This is how you do it. Not quite. Just a 180 so far from that man in blue.
It's exactly the same dart from Robert Thornton there.
Level pegging in this leg.
97.
Oh, good last dart from Martin Schindler. Down to 109. Thornton straying into the treble 1. 23 scored. 183 left. 19s. Yeah.
42.
Had he gone for the 20s there, he would have left a bogey number of 163. So that's the thinking behind that. He has given himself a shot if he returns to the board. Now, with 90 left, is it ball? Is it treble 18? Well, I think it was ball, but you might not be able to tell from where that dart landed.
53.
Yeah, not sure about
We
that.
require 164.
Trebles are a bigger target, but he is quite a way ahead in this leg. But we do know that these players are capable of these huge finishes. It won't happen this time.
100. Martin, you
Schindler will
require
be back
56.
with 56 in front of him. And he will this time go 16 for double top, which he struggled on so far. And he
16.
just can't seem to find that bit
Robert, you
of
require
the board.
64.
Yeah, and he may be relying on Thornton missing it. 8 for tops. He's hitting it well.
44.
Ooh, a chance for
Martin, you require
Schindler.
40.
Now, if you're going to miss, I would suggest you miss it low and give yourself a couple at 10s, Martin.
Aim shot to the A flag. Martin Schindler.
And it is for a
Right
piece.
for Robert to throw first.
Well, this Scotsman's got a battle on his hands. What has he got in his locker? That's what he's got. 180 to pick up the leg. That will keep them quiet.
Wow, Martin Schindler. He was a rank outsider for this tie, but he is making Thornton work, and he is giving his hall full of followers. Ooh, 4 perfect darts, and you can see what Robert Thornton thought about that.
Yeah, he was going to offer that second dart outside.
Yeah.
Was not happy. He won a
60.
perfection, but the more important thing is getting this leg down to 0 without giving Martin Schindler a chance.
We've already mentioned how often Robert Thornton hits maximums. He's only got 2 career 9 darters. It's very strange for a man who scores so heavily.
59. Robert, you require 136.
He's a top player, won major titles. One of them was a double star.
Yeah, we only involved one 180, so
96.
It's just absolutely baffling. He is miles ahead. Robert Thornton is a speck in the distance.
100. Robert, you require 40.
I think he acknowledges that with a quick look at the scoreboard. Double 10 for Thornton.
Aim shot
Thornton
in the
is
ninth
one
leg.
leg
Robert
away.
Thornton.
But there has
Ten flag
never
Martin to
been
throw
more than
first.
one leg
Game
between
on.
these two in this match. If Schindler can just hold throw here, we go down to a decider.
100.
he'll be happy with that 100 to start. But Thornton wants to outscore him, and he already has. And he's fired off of a maximum for the second consecutive leg. And Martin Schindler is now under big pressure, but that's a big dart. And that is, can he reply in kind?
Whoa.
Oh, yes, he can.
What a response. What a response. I was just about to say maybe this is Thornton's decades of experience
81.
telling. Big stage player, one of the big names in world darts. When he needed to, he's found 180s. Hit 3 in the last 4 legs. But it's now Martin Schindler who's hit back at him. 105 gets him down to 116. He only needs 1 treble for a dart at the double to take us all the way to a deciding leg. And whoever wins this, Martin Schindler has acquitted himself excellently here in the opening game of the day. Oh, look at this. Tops for Schindler.
76. Robert, you require 140.
Robert Thornton, 140. Doesn't find the treble, so Schindler will be back.
100. Martin, you require
They'll be
40.
back under pressure. Schindler to take us all the way to a decider. Wants double top. Now he wants double 10, which has been his friend. Double 5. Taking his time. Maybe a little bit of a rush of blood in that one. Done the right thing. Step back. Composed himself. Schindler to send us all the way. Oh, on the wire.
And you
Robert,
can't
you
give
require
Robert Thornton
40.
3 clear darts at top. Schindler's barely got his darts out the board, and Thornton is looking to close it out. Double 10.
30.
Wow. Wow.
Martin, you require
Another
10.
reprieve. 3 match darts missed. Schindler to take us to a decider. Double 5. The crowd chants his name, and he hits it.
Martin Schindler.
Well, this isn't bad for starters. Dramatic darts here in Mulheim. Robert Thornton has the throw, though.
100.
And he finds a treble in that first visit.
Well, we saw yesterday, it was Matty Denon. He missed 4 match darts against Devon Peterson, and Devon snuck through in a deciding leg. Joe Cullen missed 10 match darts before he finally got through in a deciding leg against Jamie Lewis in the final game of the night. Will those Three-match darts from Robert Thornton proved to be
85.
his undoing in this game. Martin Schindler, 401 points. He needs to clear up here.
Well, Schindler's compatriot Kevin Munch was in this same position against Jamie Caven yesterday. He got a match start.
He did, yes.
Caven snuck a 95 finish in to win that match.
140.
That's a great visit from Robert Thornton.
If Schindler can match it, he's down to a finish himself, though, and Thornton isn't quite there at the moment. That's an awkward one for him. Has he found his way through? I think he has.
60.
No, he hasn't. Only 60. Advantage Thornton. Finish line in sight, but then again, it was in sight in the last leg, and he couldn't get over it.
100.
12 darts thrown by Robert Thornton, 76 left. Martin Schindler needs to make a big hole in this to put any kind of pressure on the Scot.
Oh, it's all coming apart for the
26.
20-year-old.
Robert, you require
Robert
76.
Thornton being allowed to stroll to the finishing line, 16. Oh, he's missed a big number. This is silly. That is a lazy dart.
36.
Well, he's going to have to wait. He had 3 clear darts looking at tops in the last leg. He missed them all, and Schindler came back to the board. Schindler has to leave himself some kind of a finish.
Yeah, just in case, and this is not going well at all at the end of this match.
27. Robert, you require 40.
Well, maybe it is the big stage experience that is told here. Thornton, double 10. Oh, has missed by a mile. Well, he may bust this.
No score.
Martin Schindler's last couple of visits have been very, very low scores. He's not left a finish.
Yeah, he's got 26 and 27.
Yeah, from mid-200s, he's on 188, and Robert Thornton is going to be given as many darts as he wants at this rate.
44. Robert, you require 40.
Well, it has been an ugly end to this game. Thornton still trying to close it out.
Shot.
Finally he
And
does.
the
And
match,
Martin
Thornton.
Schindler, just right at the end, he could not sustain his challenge. A valiant effort from the 20-year-old, but a weekend which has seen him win his first game on the European Tour. However, the Grand Prix champion and seeded player, Robert Thornton, is safely through to the final day of action of the Happy Bet European Darts Trophy. He will take on either Michael Smith, the defending champion, or Dimitri van den Berg, the young Belgian. But coming up now, it's the Bull, Terry Jenkins, against the Hypercane, Zoran Lurchbacher.
Und man hatte so ein wenig den Eindruck, ihm hätten hinten raus die Nerven vielleicht einen kleinen Streich gespielt. Robert, congratulations. That was very, very close.
Yeah, he's played well the past few weeks. I've been watching him the past few weeks. He's came on well. He's probably one of the best players in Germany at the minute. And I'm glad he got past.
And it's never easy to play against the last German player in a tournament in Germany.
I didn't realise that, but they let me know.
Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow again. Michael Smith could be the next one, or Dimitri van den Berg, I think.
You can't write MD out. It's going to be a close game, so I'll go back and relax, have something to eat and get ready for tomorrow.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Robert Thornton, der auch nochmal bestätigt und sagt, er hat ein gutes Match gespielt. Martin Schindler spielt in den letzten Wochen wirklich richtig gut, hat sich ja auch in Riesa qualifizieren können. Gute Auftritte von ihm. Hoffentlich hören wir